Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you 3 things I wish I knew before I take on my year-long break from work. So for the past year and a half, I did not have a job. It was sort of like a dream come true because ever since college, I wanted to take a proper break from the regular routine of classes, deadlines, and work meetings. But stepping away from my work has taught me a lot. Things that I've not quite expected. Whether you are thinking about taking a gap year or just curious what it's like, this video is for you. I want to share with you 3 big lessons that stepping away from work has taught me about life, identity, and dreams. The first thing I wish I knew, you need a deadline. When I started my year off, I did not have a schedule. It was like an open-ended project. And as we all know, projects without deadlines tend to drag on indefinitely. Without a clear return to work date, I procrastinated a lot. I had a vague idea when I might want to go back to work, but it wasn't concrete. And this was my mistake. I did not set a deadline for myself, and thus it left me in a very bad state towards the end where I did not have a solid plan B or sufficient finances in my bank account to wrap up the later stage of me not working for a year and a half. Overall, I wasn't efficient with my time use. Sure, it was relaxing and liberating and so much fun at first, but the consequences and the suffering towards the end was paramount. And I do not want any one of you to go through a similar state like me. So my call for you is to plan your timeline before you start your break and know exactly when you want to be back to your work. The second thing I want to share with you is you will feel lost sometimes during your break, and that's okay. Leaving behind your job title or company identity can make you feel disoriented sometimes, especially at social events or gatherings. I found myself stumbled over introductions. I'm not a student anymore, nor was I working, so I'd bring up my past working experience again. But this led to an identity crisis. Without a job or title, I had to face a real big question. Who am I? If you're planning a break, ask yourself, will you be comfortable of defining yourself outside of your career? Give yourself permission to feel lost. It's totally alright. It's part of the process. The third thing that I wish I knew earlier, and was also the hardest truth for me to accept, was time isn't the problem. It was me. So for the longest time, I always thought if I had just enough time, I'd finally be able to launch my YouTube channel. The time wasn't the problem. The problem was me. Procrastination, perfectionism, fear of failure, those were the things that was holding me back. And I thought for the longest time that if I did not have to work and have all the time in my hand, I will finally be able to figure out my YouTube channel. But time wasn't really the issue here. The issue was in me all along. So the real question here is, for most of you, if you are currently not doing something because you think it's because you do not have enough time, try to really think deeper if time is the real issue here. I'm not here to disagree with you, but I do encourage you to try to dig this issue a bit deeper if time is the real reason behind your inaction. And also, don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait until you have all the time in the world to start, because guess what? Even when you have all this time in the world, you might not even get it started, or you might not find it easier to do than when you did not have so much time. Alright, love, those were the 3 things I wish I knew before taking a year off from work. I hope these lessons can help you if you are considering taking a break in the near future or if you're doing one right now. Remember, set a deadline, be prepared for the moments of feeling lost, and most importantly, understanding that time isn't the issue, it's how you decide to spend on it. So if any of this resonated with you, drop a comment down below. I'd love to hear about your journey or answer any questions you might have about taking a break. It means so much for me that you are being here. Thanks for watching. I'd love to see you in the next video. Ciao. Good night.